Hi guys, and welcome to the video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Nick. This channel is all about selling on eBay, and this video in particular, we're going to talk about eBay's promoted listings. This is a fairly new thing. Basically, you can pay eBay to promote your listings within the eBay platform. You don't pay anything unless you get a sale from it. And I was quite skeptical, I'll be honest. It just felt like it was another way they could charge us more money. But over the last month, I have been adding promoted listings to new listings as I've been making them. My wife has been experimenting with it too. I've tended to only put the sort of lowest percentage on. I'll explain a bit more about that as we go. Andrea's experimented a bit more. So we've been doing this for about a month now, and I thought it would make an interesting video to go in and look at the results of a fairly limited experiment with promoted listings. We have about 500 or 600 items, and I think there was about 100 to 150 that we had promotions on. So I thought I would share. You can go in through the seller dashboard and go into the seller, through the Seller Hub, and go into the promotions dashboard and see all of the analytics about it. So I thought that would be interesting to see what has come of using promoted listings for a month. And I'll share my opinion on it. So I'm going to screen share and we'll go and take a look and see the results that we've had first off. And then in case you don't really know what I'm talking about, I thought I would go into eBay after that and just show you how to apply promotions. It's really, they've done that bit really well, to be fair, and it's really simple to set up. So we'll take a look at that as well. So first off, I will go into my eBay and take a look at the results. So I just need to set up the correct window. Bear with me a second. Right, that's the one we need. So you should now see a graph. So to get to this page, go into your Seller Hub. There's a load of tabs along the top. Click on the Marketing tab and then go into Promoted Listings, and you'll come into this dashboard. So this graph currently is showing the amount of clicks I've generated. Well, across the top, you see a snapshot of your results. So we currently have 135 listings that have promoted listings applied to them. Like I say, we tend to run about 500 or 600 items, so it's not a huge amount. We've been experimenting with it, so it's not running on everything. But we have generated, through the promoted listings, we have generated 399,786 impressions. Now, impressions, from what I'm led to believe, is when your listing appears on somebody's computer screen, on their phone, on their tablet, due to them being promoted. When you promote your listings, essentially it pushes it up to the top of the searches. So people are more likely to see your listing. But out of those, so that's an impressive number, I guess. It's 399,000 odd impressions. But out of those times our listings have appeared on people's screens, that has generated 2,089 clicks. So 2,089 potential customers have not only seen my listing because it was promoted, they have clicked through and taken a look at it. And out of those 2,000 odd clicks, we sold 32 items. Now that doesn't sound a lot, but when you bear in mind we only had around 130 to 150 odd promoted, that's quite a fair chunk. I'm quite impressed with that. The last two boxes are interesting. We paid £11.84 in ad fees. Now remember, you only pay if you get a sale, and I like that about this. So you don't have, there's no upfront fees. You can run promotions, and if they don't work out, if they don't generate you any sales, you don't pay a penny, which I think is a great way of doing it. So we ended up paying £11.84 because we had those 32 sales, and those 32 sales generated £585.68 in revenue. Obviously, that's not all profit. There will be fees, there will be postage in some instances to come out of that, there will be the cost of the items, etc. But that's a big chunk of turnover, £585. And to get that chunk of turnover, I spent £11.84. So if you'd have come to me and said, would you like to spend £11.84 to generate £585 in sales, it's a no-brainer. I would just say yes. So on that basis alone, I'm quite pleased. This graph currently is showing the clicks. Now, I wasn't really doing much promotions-wise until about this point. Andrea was playing around with it. I kind of jumped on board here. That's when the impressions started rising. So all the new listings I was doing, I was promoting. If we click on impressions, it's pretty much the same graph. A big jump there when I started adding it to all of my new listings. And then 32 sales. Most of those have come in the second half when we were promoting a lot more things. So if you go to view sales report, you can see the 32 items that we sold through promotions. Is that going? Come on, computer, have a think about it. Why is that not working? Come on, computer, don't do this to me. Here we go. Right. So these are the items, and it's right across the board. So we've got, there's a mug there, there's some CDs, a book, clothing, band merch there, CDs, clothing again, cosmetics, Nerf guns, across the board of what we have been selling. It's, you know, there's no particular category we targeted, and there's no particular category that has done well through promotions. So for example, let's take these. So this is a listing of Andrea's, these leather cowboy boots. They sold at £21. I think that was an offer actually. And we paid £1.05. So I don't know what percentage that was running on, but that's above 1%, obviously, which is generally what I put on. A CD there, somebody actually purchased 2 of those Frank Sinatra Christmas CDs at £7.98. We paid 27 pence in fees. So there you go. It's been interesting. It's been quite an eye-opener, and I'm certainly going to carry on using it. This was interesting. We shared recently, we sold this Barber leather coat that we picked up at the jumble sale for 50 pence, and we sold it for 150, and that was sold on a promoted listing. It was set at 1% because we paid £1.50 in fees, and I would like to think that we wouldn't have got that sale if we hadn't promoted it. I've got no way of knowing that. There aren't many brown leather Barber coats of that size on eBay, so that the customer may have found it and purchased it anyway, even if it wasn't promoted. But I would like to think that the promoted listings did their job here and gained us this £150 sale. If they did, I am happy to pay £1.50. You see what I mean? So it's very interesting. I'd like to know what you guys think, whether you're using it, if you believe in it, if it's increased sales for you, what percentage you use, that sort of stuff. Let me just come out of screen share for a sec. Let me just have a drink. So there you go. That's our month using promoted listings on really quite a limited selection of items, but we've had results. And I think for what we paid to what it generated, and a lot of those you saw were low value items, you know, a lot of that was CDs and media, £4 or £5 ago. So I don't know, I'm quite pleased, and I'm certainly going to carry on using it. Like I said, if you've had experience using this, positive or negative, I'd love to hear your views. Just drop the comments below. I'm also a little bit puzzled about when I said I tend to run it at 1%. You can use a sliding scale. We'll go into eBay in a minute and I'll show you how you can apply promotions to your listings. It's very quick and easy. And you can add anything from 1% upwards, basically. And then you pay a fee based on that. So if you sell an item for £10 and you're on 10%, it will cost you £1. I had to think about that. You see what I mean? So I only assume that if the higher you push that up, the higher the fee is, the more eBay is actively promoting it. Otherwise, why would you spend any more than 1%? But I've had a lot of sales, as you just saw, and only had 1% running on those, or 1 or 2%, you know, pretty much right at the bottom end. So I'd be interested to hear what you think about that. So I'll quickly go. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will go into a... Oh, we've had a sale. What have I sold? Ah, some water bottles. Okay, so I'll screen share again. Let me just set up the page and quickly show you how simple it is to apply these promotions when you're listing a new item, or it's the same when you revise an item. I think the page I'm going to bring up is actually a revise your listing page. So let's check I've got the right one. I think it's that one. Okay, so we are now back into eBay. So this is, hang on. Yeah, this is a revise your listing page, but it would be exactly the same if you were creating a new listing. This is obviously on the desktop, which is where I tend to list. I'm not sure what the interface is like on the app. So this is a car part. It's irrelevant what it is. So you've got pictures, etc. Scroll down. You've got item specifics. There's the description, short and sweet and to the point, as I like them. Price, etc., etc. Right down at the bottom, you will find this box which says "Sell it faster." Promote your listings. So there's a little checkbox here. If you want to apply promoted listings to it, click that box, and then all of this activates. So it gives you the trending ad rate here, which is at 3.3%. I tend to ignore that, highlight it, and just put 1% in. It doesn't update the numbers. You have to go plus or minus, and then it will update these numbers. So if we go back down to 1%, which is the lowest you can go, this is a £14.99 item. If we sold it through the promoted listings, remember, this has to be somebody that goes through one of their little promoted, you know, where your listing has been promoted. You will only be charged if somebody has gone through one of those. I would be charged 14p, inclusive of VAT. If it was applicable, that would bring it up to 17p. So if you adjust this upwards, like I said before, I'm not really sure, but I can only assume they will promote it more and more. The more you want to pay, the more they will promote it. I can only assume. You can see that your fees are adjusted in real time, so you can know exactly how much you're going to spend if you sell it through the promotion. So all the way, you know, you can go big if you want. At 20%, you would pay £3 and a penny before VAT. I, in the main, stick with 1%. Like I say, let me know where you tend to go. Do you follow this trending ad rate? Do you just get 1%? I'd be interested to know. So that's that. Once this checkbox is ticked, when you kick off your listing or revise your listing, it is applied. Simple as that. There is a learn more link here. Let's see what eBay say. So there's a video that will tell you how it all works. Let's see if they explain what you get the more you add percentage wise. So they say with promote your listings, you can increase the chances of making a sale by creating ad campaigns to promote your items. They'll be displayed in prominent locations on eBay where buyers are shopping for related items. And the best part is you only pay for an ad when you get a sale. Where and when your ads appear is based on factors like your chosen ad rate. Okay. Are they going to explain that more? And the relevance of your item to a buyer's search. Only pay when you sell. Yeah, we understand that. Boost in visibility across eBay by up to 40%. There are over 50 places across the site where ad campaigns are displayed, and you could see an increase of visibility by up to 40%. The locations cover desktop, mobile, and the eBay app, and cover many page types. Okay, so it's not just about increasing your visibility on a search page. That's interesting. So they're pushing your items in front of buyers in many different ways, is what they're saying. Interesting. Yeah, you're always in control, super quick and easy. Yeah, it doesn't really say how. I can only assume that if you pay more, they promote it more. It makes perfect sense. Right, that's all the information that there is there. So let me just come out again. Right, so I've got a really tickly cough at the moment. Need a drink. So there you go. I hope that was interesting. I thought I'd just share the results of a month of just playing around with promoted listings. I am pleasantly surprised. For virtually no effort and relatively small amounts of fees, we generated whatever it was I shared, 500 and odd pounds, was it? Can't remember. So yeah, let me know your views. I would be interested to find out, are you using promoted listings? What percentage you're using? If you think spending more gets you more, and how that all works. So let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy this sort of video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys.